To show you what the update job item cost function does, it's better to disable it so that I can show you before and after. So let's quickly go to the jobs setup. And there you will see that in my demo company, the function is not enabled. So automatic update job item cost is disabled. So that's fine for this example. And now I will post the purchase of an item to a job. So, and let's keep the example very simple. So I will enter a purchase document for vendor 10,000. So let me already enter the vendor invoice number, and let's take the Antwerp conference table. So let's stick to 1 unit, so that makes the example very transparent. And let's maybe round the amount. Let's just take 500. That's better to remember as so the original unit cost. All right. So we of course need to assign it to a job, and in this case, let's take the new office furniture job, and I will assign it to task 300. There we go. Okay, so a very simple example, but that means that we can also focus on the item cost, which currently is still 500. So I will click on post and then receive an invoice so that everything is posted to the job. And now if we double check the job, so if we go to the list of jobs and if we check the job ledger entries, you will see that of course there's a ledger entry for the Antwerp conference table with a unit cost of 500. Now, in the next step, we receive an invoice from the shipping agent to ship the item to our facilities. So in this case, I will click on purchase invoices. I will create a new purchase invoice. And for this example, let's use vendor 30,000. And there's the vendor invoice number. And this is something that I will process as an item charge. You're probably familiar with the function of item charges. And so with item charges, you can assign additional charges to an item to update the direct cost of an item. So in this case, let's use one of the existing item charges, the miscellaneous purchase freight charge. So there we go. So, and I will process this as a regular item charge. So remember the unit cost was 500. So let's add a charge of 40. There we go. And as you probably know, each item charge must be assigned to one or multiple items. So here I will assign it to the one item we purchased for the job. So line related information, item charge assignment. So this function is not really related to jobs. It's covered in more of the trade related courses. But just for this example, I thought it was interesting to show you. So I will click here on item charge, get receipt lines. And there look for the document number. Let's check, here it is. So the Antwerp conference table, so the one unit that has been assigned to my job. And I will assign the full item charge to this table. So and this means again, and that's the item charge functionality in Business Central, that by doing this, the direct unit cost of this table will increase with 40. So this one unit will have a direct unit cost of 540 instead of 500. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and post the document. Okay. So and again, the item has a unit cost of 540. But if we go to the job, so if I select the job and if I click here on navigate history ledger entries, you will see that the unit cost is still 500. And that's of course because on the jobs setup, the automatic update job item cost field is not enabled. So this means I have to run it manually, which is perfectly possible. So I will click here on update item. So there we go. So update job item cost. You can run it for a specific job, for specific entries, but I will just check everything. And here you can see now that Business Central did an update. So let's now check the results. So again, for job 30, I will click on Navigate History and then Ledger Entries. And now you can see that the unit cost is 540. So now it also includes the item charge that we posted to the item, you see. Now, to not have to run the job or the function always manually, you can of course go to Jobs Setup and enable here the automatic update job item cost. So and this means that if an item cost is updated in inventory management, so by posting, for example, the item charge like I just did, it now also automatically updates the job item cost.